G'day everyone and welcome back to Baggers Unfiltered 26. As always, I'm joined by
Louis from the Perth Blue Baggers pod.
Lucky enough, again tonight we've got two special guests, both from the same pod. Lads, would you like to introduce yourself?
Thank you, Henry and Louis. George here from the Monday Blues, joined by Andy.
How you going, boys?
All right.
Living the dream. Living the dream.
Thanks
Got
for
off
having
work.
us.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
No problem at all. Thank you boys for coming on. We do appreciate it. We're ready to get stuck in, talk about all things Carlton, basically how shit we are. And yeah, we'll just get stuck into it.
I like this guy.
It's good. Rip the Band-Aid off. No mucking around.
Yeah. Get straight. Well, I think let's start off of tell us a bit about your podcast and some of your Carlton experiences. So how they'll kind of start.
You can go, Jordan.
Let me take this one. Yeah. Well, Carlton experiences, I think I said a stat on our show, 2/3 of my life have been mediocrity, being a 90s kid. I've just seen a lot of crap. I was too young to remember the 95 flag. So, yeah, been through a lot. Go to games every week, of course, with the boys and my brother as well. Lucky enough to be, not too far from the G, half hour or so. So we get to go every week, and very lucky enough as well to go to a few interstate games. Going through the pod, I think, what was it, May 2023? Long story short, in the group chat, we wanted to go bowling. Turns out we never went bowling, but we created a podcast. It was just a spur of the moment. Let's do it. We talk amongst ourselves in the group chat a lot about Carlton's woes and performance and things like that as well. And we thought, you know what, we'll give it a crack on a bit of a public forum. And the best part about it is the community, blokes like you boys, and meeting people in the community. So that's my favourite part of it personally. So yeah, it's been 2 and a bit years now. And Andy, yourself?
Yeah, so I've been Carlton since day one, obviously. So I'm 37. So I was 7 years old when we won 95. I have no memory of it whatsoever. So yeah, I mean, the first few years of footy that I do remember, we were good. We were really good. And then just something happened and the club just has never recovered from it. And we just, it's shit. like Henry said, it's just, we're shit. So I am positive about what's to come, and jumping a bit ahead, but yeah, man, I love doing the potty. I love, like Georgie said, the community, the people that we've got to meet, and the people where else are we ever gonna meet you guys? You know what I mean? There'd
Exactly.
be no chance we'd ever bump into each other anywhere. So
Exactly.
it's it's amazing that we get to watch so many other Carlton content creators, and there are so many, right? And everybody kind of has their own niche. Everybody has their own kind of fan base, and it's awesome to see young guys like yourselves give it a crack as well. So good on you for getting into it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Andy. Much appreciated. Of course, it always is appreciated when guests come on and give them their time and thoughts and all that. I've said it every pod, just helping young blokes out that are giving it a crack. So we do appreciate it, and we wouldn't know where we are without the guests and obviously Louis himself. So yeah, it's been a joyful experience, and can't wait for the future and what's ahead.
That's it, man.
Yeah, very fulfilling.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well,
Let's
get stuck into some stuff. Louis, I'll take the first question.
Yeah.
Oh god, this could go on for hours. Where do you think the season went wrong for Carlton? Oh Jesus! Good luck with this one.
Can I take this?
Go for it.
For my thing. So, I mean, you can actually go back to last year, right? You can go back to last year where quarter time of that GWS game, something went horribly wrong. Whatever it was, whether the players, started to believe their own hype. You hear things happening off field as well with some players. But as for this year, for me, it has to be when the president decided to put his banana on the internet. That's when that happened, I was like, we're gone. As a football club, we're not strong enough to withstand it. It's like, all right.
Using a lot of puns, they're strong enough to withstand it, you reckon, Andy?
It just as soon as that happened, you just knew, yeah, this season's just not going to be good. And then you got the injuries as well. That like Jagger, I think, was first, and then Newey, then Jagger, whatever.
Newey than Jagger.
Yeah, and I was like, it's not good. It's not good. So for me, it was when the president did his thing. It's not a good start.
Yeah, bad omen.
Very.
It was tiny like Carlton's 2025 finals hopes. Is how I put it.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Oh my goodness.
What about you, Georgie?
No, you're right. There were a lot of signs that culminated for me into what round one. I'll touch on round one in a second. I don't really want to because it was horrible memory, but I think you have to, right? But there were signs, some of the off-field stuff, and then I remember we were talking in our chat before the season started. We're like, man, why can't we just have a quiet off season where there's just no dramas, no injuries? It's just like there's always something, right? Whether it be Doc, whether it be Kerno, whether it be going back to Cruz or whatever, there's always something that happens in the preseason, right? Whether it be a big injury or, a coaching review or a board spill, there's always something, right? Why can't we just have a quiet off season? For me, it was leading into round one. It was some of the talk and some of the comments coming out of the club. So there was Vossi, so some of Vossi's language early on about how we'll perform this year. Like he's going really early, he's going about really early in terms of how we'll perform. And then of course, Cripps had that comment about, we might lose a couple of games in a row. Harry saying, I'm not in a rush to win a premiership, things like that. So all these little signs were popping up and it's almost like they were hinting us, and then I remember as a supporter base, before round one, like we didn't hear a peep from Richmond fans. They were like, well, we're going to get belted and whatnot. And then we were all talking about, how many points we'll win by. But there was a little bit of doubt in the back of the tiniest 0.01% of a doubt in the back of the mind, because we had this conversation, Andy, we're like, what if? Just what if? We don't want to say, but what if we capitulate to these boys in round one? And we went through just talking about funny scenarios about if we did lose, what would happen. Fast forward to round one, and I said it, and people gave it to me saying, "Oh, it's just one game." Oh, it's that loss has the the opportunity, I guess, to ruin your season, and for me, it did. So it was the signs, like the signs beforehand, some of the things that were being said, and then whatever happened at halftime in round one, and that was it. Like for me, pack it in. Like if we're losing to these kids, come on, we're not serious.
Yeah. Certainly warning signs from that round one game. The errors that we were making, the mental shifts that you could just see happening with the players on the field. Should have seen it coming for the rest of the season, really. And so you guys were some of the fans that weren't surprised by our fall, our drop off this season.
I think, Andy, you had us on the ladder predict. You had us 12 or 13. Sorry, Andy.
Yeah. So I did a ladder predict at the start of the year and had us finishing 13th. 12th or 13th. 12th, I think, actually. And I couldn't understand why. Because I was like, we've got a decent team. But then when you actually go match by match, I was like, I don't think we can beat this team. I don't think if it was a close game, we would beat this team and I wouldn't beat that team. And next thing you know, I had us 12th and I was like, holy shit. Like, maybe we have overrated where we're at. And I think we all kind of gave them the benefit of the doubt last year because of injuries. We were like, oh no, no team can sustain this many injuries. And I don't know if that seeped into their mentality this year, but they seem to be okay with just playing okay. So Yeah, was I surprised? I was disappointed. I don't think I was surprised. I was very disappointed. I expected more effort, especially in that early part of the year. I just 40 points up against Richmond, unforgivable. You cannot lose that.
Yeah.
You just 42 points
Especially,
against anybody. Like you
Yeah.
can't lose that.
You just said a little
Definitely.
trigger word for Henry there. He doesn't
What's that?
like it when players or coaches say disappointing or disappointed.
Yeah.
after every single loss, anyone, and
Yeah.
I mean literally everyone, will say the word disappointing or disappointed. It's the same shit every single week. And
Yeah.
it drives me insane. Seriously, like
Yeah.
insane. You'll
Well,
go
it's
to
the
a press
Carlton script.
conference. Yeah, exactly. You go to a press conference, Voss will say, we have to be better. And he'll say it every single week, like day in, day out, week in, week out, year in, year out. It's just, it's insanity. It's got to a point where it's just ridiculous. Just find at least something else to say, anything else to say.
Yeah,
That
same old
stupid
propaganda.
word.
So what are you hoping he comes out and says? Because I'm in your boat, right? So for me, I'd love for him to come out and just like tear strips off him. But
Exactly.
I think we also need to we need to. I don't think it's him. I think it's the machine behind him that was telling him speak this way. This is the script, because that same messaging was coming throughout the whole team, and it wasn't until the back end of the season, maybe coincidentally, maybe when Graham Wright came in, but Voss's language started to change. Walshy's language started to change. Weeder's language started to change. So
Yeah.
maybe it was from up above. Just
Yeah, I think
stick
as
to the
soon as
script.
Graham Wright started
And
to,
it pissed me off too. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, exactly. Like as soon as Graham Wright came in, as you said, there's a whole entire mood swing in the group, and it's more positive. And Walsh comes out and says there's a no bullshit mentality. That's something that we haven't, well, I haven't seen since really starting to get involved in Carlton. I'd say probably 8 or 9 years ago now. Obviously, I didn't really know it when I was, 5, 6 or whatever it was, but now I'm a bit older now. It's actually really, really good to see. Weeders, he just always he rips the band-aid off. There's no if, buts, maybes. He'll actually say something different, and I really rate what he says. Graham Wright, he's saying a few positive things. Yeah, I think it also goes back to culture as well. Like I think we've noticed a little bit of a swing in the culture and sort of just the way that the boys sort of in the last 2 weeks. No, it was a new brand of footy, and it looked like a determined team. It didn't look like a team that would, decide, yeah, we'll rock up in the first quarter and then we'll piss off in the third and fourth quarter and just catch an Uber home to bloody Torquay or wherever the twat lives. Pisses me off.
He's riding his bike with moccasins, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck, that pissed me off too. And he said, no, he's never had a soft tissue injury. Literally the game where he rode his bike into the bloody MCG. Absolute clown. Yeah, he's an absolute tool, that bloke. Don't even get me started.
Henry's my favorite person in the world right now. I'm just going to put it out there.
It's really, what happened?
Yeah, you're right about the language. I think Henry has said it, like the last couple of weeks, the way we're playing and some of the language has shifted, and we've seen we've heard anecdotally from people that used to play for the club champions that were going on media appearances, and the PR girls was telling them what they can and can't say. So that might have trickled. I'm sure it trickled over to the players and Voss because. After those losses in the first few rounds, there was those hostage videos that they did. They put the player in front of the camera and say, "Oh, we're disappointed. We're hurting like you guys, and we got to be better," and all the cliche stuff, right? Like, and as a supporter, you hear it once, you hear it 14 times. Like, it just starts to become, you're reading off a script. Like, show us something. And Andy, you've said it for a long time. This club is the best at talking. If there was a premiership for talking and hype, we'd win it all the time. It's the actual, what are we doing after that? So yeah, it's nice to see a little bit of shift come through.
Yeah, well, you might have to throw in the fact that the pressure was off in those last 2 weeks because it was all over. So I don't know whether the players were probably not as watchful for their words or whatever. But yeah, I think the agent for change in Graham Wright was probably crucial to that shift in wording. Any other? Well, I think I'll get into some specifics about some of the areas I thought were issues. So specifically mental fragility and disposal efficiency. So do you have any thoughts on that?
Mentally weak dogs.
Yeah.
The club, we have a culture of softness at our football club. Just look at the players we recruit. Look, so you got to look at the best teams in the league, right? You got to look at the teams that are consistently good, and look at the type of player they draft and recruit and trade for, and then look at the ones we get. So for me, it's just you're recruiting players who come from a soft background. The culture is very the word soft just it's and I know it's not politically correct to say soft when you're talking about mental health and all that. So like I'm separating mental health from culture.
Yeah.
I feel like they're two totally different things. There's no ruthless edge to our culture, and I think that's what holds us back. There's no ruthlessness within the football club. And as far as disposal efficiency goes, bro, we can't hit a target. Like bare minimum. That's just basic 101 footy, and we're missing targets 15, 20 meters away. Can't handball. Players can't kick on their left. You're chasing your tail if you can't get the basics right.
Yeah. Something that should be ingrained in them. And potentially, do you think it goes back to the rebuilding stages where these players were taught not the winning mentality, more get as close to it as you can, what's the word?
Maybe for me it's almost like playing for survival. Some players on our list, they're not guaranteed a spot in the next week or so. So it's like you're constantly playing on edge. And some people might think that's a good thing because your spot isn't safe. But when you're a young up and coming kid, I think a bit of stability coming into the side will do you wonders. Instead of, we played Jackson Binns for his first game last year, I think it was. Started him on the bench. He was our sub, and he came on for a quarter and then got dropped and didn't play for another 6 months. Like, how does that benefit him? How does that experience benefit him? You had Billy Wilson earlier this year came in against Port, got belted, got dropped. Like, that's not he didn't gain anything from that. What's the experience? Georgie, where do you sit on this?
Yeah, look, the mental fragility, I separate it from. It seemed as though 2024, early 2024, we started closing out those games, single-digit games, and then I thought, okay, we're actually growing into the game we went to at the opening round of the Gabba. Then there was this Tigers game, and there's a few games that we were closing out. And we were holding on. I think, okay, well, maybe this team is just getting a little bit of building that edge and developing this profile, right? And that quickly shifted because it wasn't, we went the other way completely. But yeah, going back to Andy's point, you look at the best sides in the game. Your Brisbane Dynasty now, your Brisbane Dynasty in the early 2000s, Cats, Hawks, and most of those blokes are, hearing anecdotally from people, most of those blokes are pricks apparently, right? But they bring that grunt to the football club every time they go out onto the field. They're not there to, As Chera said, I'm not here to, I'm here to make friends. Chera said. I think that was a quote he had last year.
Really?
Should have sacked him for
Um,
that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think he
it's
said
just
last year or
piss weak.
23. Like, yeah, it was like so. This is we have a window, or we thought we had a window. And if you're going in and just you're just happy to be there, happy to make up the numbers and be amongst it. I feel like that seeped in a little bit too far, and has that now started to shift under new people, and has Graham Wright made the first step in terms of not pointing fingers at anyone who's already left the club or will leave the club through the free agency period, but is he starting to shift the type of profile of players that he wants in the club, the type of leaders that you want in the club? That's going to set up your I guess your culture and feed part of your are you going to be a fragile soft team? Are you going to be a team that can endure and thrive? So I'm really interested to see if we can shift it, shift the dial next year. Then disposal efficiency. I don't know if these blokes train with footy sometimes. There's some games where, we are not even under pressure and we're missing targets. But then I think as well as part of the game plan or lack thereof game plan, we put ourselves in high pressure situations where you're having to dispose under pressure and make more. You're statistically always going to be prone to having a lower efficiency and making more errors and clangers. At the same time, I feel like as a fan base, we all see certain problems, especially like our disposal inside 50, kicking inside 50. Like we've all said it for years, but nothing's really been addressed. And we've been talking about this since the Bolton days. We've been talking about this since the Teague days. We're talking about it now in the Voss days. It's the bombing inside 50. I've been talking about it as long as I can remember, and nothing's really shifted. So I felt like if you make a few tweaks, like for example, you look at our season last year, if you clean up the inside 50s and maybe have a bit of an injection of pace and two-way players, all of a sudden that season could start to look a little bit different. Which is why I'm not completely lost hope for next year. But yeah, I reckon this summer just have a foot in your hand at all times, even whilst you're doing laps. I don't know, just great. Have a hold of the footy.
Yeah, Henry, your thoughts?
Well, the mental fragility. I mean, as you said, just a bunch of weak dogs. Honestly, just the fact how you've still got Cripps carrying week in, week out with what looks to be an absolute wreck of a back. Like his back is just wrecked, and you can see that in his performance as well. It's just he's been carrying this club for for as long as I can remember. That's for sure. So yeah, the fact that you still got him carrying the club and you still got the likes of George Hewitt, who I give him credit, he's had an unbelievable year. I can tell he's shown a little bit of leadership in the midfield as well. I mean, I'd love to see him be in the leadership group. There's nothing I would like to see more than Charlie just leave. Definitely leave the leadership group. Disposal efficiency wise, as you said, it's like the young blokes don't get a real crack at it. Like you'll come in 1 week, then you might stuff up a few kicks, and then you're sweating more than bloody Bonnie Blue in church, mate. Like me dad.
Oh,
It's horrible.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a good
I
one.
love this guy.
brought out his
Next
best
year, bro.
tonight.
Do you want to come host the Monday Blues next year, bro?
Well, yeah, we got to get Henry and Louis on next year. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I just want to touch. You said a word, Henry. You said the word leadership. I think that goes hand in hand with the issues we have with mental fragility. We have no leadership on field, so it
100%.
showed so much when that Richmond game, when Richmond were coming at us. None of the leaders stood up. There was no finger
Exactly.
pointing. There was no grabbing of the jumper. We just kind of sat back and let it happen like Bonnie Blue. And
Well done.
but yeah, that's we need on-field leadership. So that's something we really need to work on. Definitely.
Yeah. leadership-wise, both Doherty and Cripps recently have sort of came out and said that they would aim that they wish they led better come that prelim final at halftime. Apparently, we're very flat. I think you could see that going into halftime. So, I think now them thinking about that, surely they should have learned their lesson earlier.
Yeah, it shows that they didn't learn anything. Sorry, my missus is doing construction in the other room.
All good.
Yeah, it shows that they didn't learn anything. I don't know, man. I just think the leadership group needs an upheaval, or they need better education. You know, I think, and it's no indictment on Paddy Cripps. Like, he's carried the club, as you said, like on his back for a decade. So it's not necessarily his fault. I think we probably need leaders who might be a bit more vocal on field. So yeah, I don't know.
And the most successful clubs, yeah. Look. I know it's easy to compare us against like a Brisbane or Geelong, but you look at every line in their squad, they have a leader you'd be proud to bring to your club on every line, right? So starting from the back, you've got Harris Andrews is one of the best captains in the game. Dane Zorko's back there, Lachie Neale's there, Hugh McLuggage is there. Cam Rain has shown a lot of leadership and stepped up and setting the tone. And sometimes it's not even just about the voice; it's about the actions that you take on the footy field as well. And you're setting these really good. He's fantastic.
He's my favourite player in the AFL. And just on Cam Rayner, he showed that as a leader, you don't have to have a great game, right? He had a shocking first half in the grand final, but he worked his way into that just with hard work, not by getting 50 disposals in the second half. Nah, he just tackled. His pressure was immense. It was pure work rate that made his game good, and in the end, his tackle pressure was you could say it was a difference in that third quarter when they kicked it up a notch. So I love Cam Rayner so much. I wish we had a player like Cam Rayner on our side. He's a star. He's a jet.
I think it showed missing Newey.
Give him Charlie.
Give them both.
Straight swap. Harry and Charlie.
If we missed a guy like Newey in the back line, I think it's usually great having him and Weeders coordinate there. Cripps needs a bit of help in the midfield, someone to take the pressure off a little bit. You would have loved to see Chera step up a little bit more. It's nice to see blokes like Cooper Lord, and guys like Hewitt really step up their games. But you need now, a consistent Walsh, Chera to step up, into what we believed he was going to be when we traded a top 10 pick for him. And then in the forward line, I feel like we don't have leadership, to be honest. I know Charlie's in the leadership group, and the club, and Doherty said it all for me. When he said, when Charlie says something smart or important, whatever, we laugh or something something along the lines of he was taking the piss out of him, basically. So, so that shows you, like, if he's a bloke in your leadership group and you're taking the piss out of him as players, you're not taking him seriously. It seems like it was just sort of a token appointment. And I feel like we missed someone like a Jack Martin, who in late 23 really set the tone in our forward line by efforts, leadership, coordinating, finger pointing, making key runs. Just feel like we need someone in that forward line that is going to help coordinate that. And I don't think we have the cattle at the moment.
Yeah, I think definitely going on to what you were saying just then about the probably leadership. I love this man. I love Sam Walsh. I think he's a really good leader. I think he's going to be a really good leader in the future. But I saw this reel on Instagram. I think it was him saying that they were mucking around putting beach towels or whatever the hell it is in Charlie's locker and all that kind of shit. But it's just, I don't know. I don't really like that. I think it's a serious matter. Like, because if he actually wants to go, you can't really be making matters worse. That's just always what I've been told. Don't make matters worse than what it already is. But you go and you do that, and it just seems out of line, a bit stupid. Yeah, just
Well,
I don't really like.
look at the last
Disrespectful
couple of
to the
weeks.
fans.
I think that's a great disrespectful to the fans. Look at the last couple of weeks. Why am I seeing Blake Acres in the Geelong's room wearing a Geelong badge?
Oh fuck!
You know,
He can piss off to whatever club. Could not give a shit who he goes to.
like why is he there? Would another player come into our change rooms wear one of our badges? He wouldn't see it. So why isn't someone pulling up Blake Acres? All right, look, Tom De Koning's in there. His brother plays for them. Fair. You want to go support your brother? All good. Blake, you're in there and you got a Geelong badge on. You know, they won a pre-season. Voss or someone in the leadership group, someone in the club should be tearing strips off the bloke. Like, what are you doing? The optics to the fans, it's disrespectful to the fans. It shows you don't give a crap. And this year, to be honest, the bloke just looked like he was like plodding along. And it was disappointing because this bloke in September 2023 was on God status. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
There's a lot of problems at Carlton.
There was another one going on to that. I think it was Ollie Gill, who's the co-host of the Dan Does Footy podcast. I saw a post. He posted something doing a handshake with Tom De Koning, and then here's Blake Acres just in the back having a beer, and with the literal St Kilda. I don't know what Ollie Gill does, but he's just everywhere at the moment. He's hanging out with any other club and every club. Like, I'd literally rather have Mitch McGovern on my list than you. Like, piss off, please. If you're not gonna, I've said this. I said this last night as well. I saw this comment the other day. If you're not with us, you're against us, and that says a lot about what we want to be as a culture and who we want to be as a club. So, it's just so piss weak. It's just stupid.
What do we make of the sort of mass exodus that we've seen? So you've seen Silvani, Tom De Koning, Elijah Hollands, Jackson Binns, Mitch McGovern, all of these players looking
Fuck them all.
either been told to leave or are leaving on their own accord. Is it a culture issue?
All, bro. Fuck them all. If there is a culture issue, it's not going to improve having people that don't want to be there. So I think to revamp your culture or to rebuild your culture, who's in? Who's in for this road now? Because now we're not going, I think a premiership, look, you never say never, but I think a premiership in the next couple of years is probably off the table if we're being realistic. Our number one priority right now should be to rebuild the culture. Let's get the culture right. You can't have people who don't want to be at your football club while you're rebuilding the culture. That's why, for me, it's so important Carlton gets rid of Charlie. Just make the deal happen. Whatever, don't get screwed in the deal. Absolutely not. But the narrative is at the moment that the club's told Charlie's manager that he's a required manager, but if you can find us a deal, it might get done. But I think the club needs to come to the table as well and be a bit proactive. This guy does not want to be at your football club. He's talking about pay cuts, taking a pay cut to play at Geelong. Well, Charlie, it's not about what you want. It's about what's best for the football club. So Carlton should come to the table.
He's always been that selfish prick too.
100%.
Always.
And you know what? We saw that when he got his common medal wrapped up against GWS in 2023. He put the Q in the rack. And you know what? He did fucking nothing in that final series as well. He got his common.
3 goals.
And that was it. So for me, Jack Silvani, bro, look, TDK, you can't really blame him. He's not a $1.8 million player. He'll probably never see that money again in his life. Just take it. You have to, right? I'm a big believer in if money dictates your loyalty, then you're not really a good person. But I think football's a bit different, right? This is a job. So fair enough. On your way. Jack Silvani is not a $900,000 player. I don't care. He's lucky to be a $500,000 player. The bloke plays 12 games a year. And if it wasn't for his old man, he probably would have been delisted a long time ago.
100%.
So the narrative that Carlton has treated him badly, I reckon Carlton has treated him better than they would any other footballer in his position. and then you got the Charlie situation. So, I mean, again, if he doesn't want to be here, fuck off. You said it, bro. If you're not with us, you're against us. I have lived like that mantra as far as Carlton goes for about 3 months now, and like I post it everywhere. I just that's our mind state. It has to be our mind state if we're going to improve in every aspect. If you're not with us, you're against us. We can't be nice to these people. I don't want to see pictures of Blake Acres in other teams' rooms. I don't want to see Charlie Curnow taking photos with fucking Nick Dacos, bro. I understand they've got a business together, but it's a spit in the face to the fans. You know, like we sit there, we have real beef with Collingwood supporters, and you're out there like taking photos with, I don't know, it's just not a good look.
And I think I think Charlie's agent has been, like, from what I've heard, he's a bit of he's a shrewd operator, but he's also a very sneaky and money orientated bloke, and he knows how to twist things to try and get his players' way. And that included, I think, getting him in the Cotton On box, you know, for the Cats game, right? And then, you know, because there's people saying that Charlie barely watches footy outside of being at the footy. All of a sudden, he's at the Cotton On box. And I think us as a club, I'm sure Graham Wright, like, you know, if I'm in Graham Wright's shoes, publicly, I'm saying, yep, he's absolutely a required player. He's a contracted player. We need him, and he's going to be here. Privately, I'll be having conversations with anyone at the table and say, you come to us with what you'd offer, and we'll go from there. So I'm certain that, you know, he's a smart operator. He'd be doing that with Sydney, with Gold Coast, with other clubs, and you know, if any deal does happen, it might involve 3 or 4 clubs. You know, I'm sure, like the Dan Houston deal and things. I'm sure that publicly he'll have that stance, but privately he'll say, "Show us what you got. Show us what you're willing to pay for him." And as Andrew Mackey said the other day, or yesterday, I think it was, we'll set the market because he's contracted. If he's uncontracted, different story. But you know, we don't just have to accept the first offer that comes in.
Where do you guys think he ends up? If
Ball's in our court. We are the ones driving any potential trade. We're the ones that are going to decide whether we get enough capital for him in a trade. Charlie, and clearly his manager's feeding the media all of this information to try and cause dissatisfaction and more intrigue around it. It's all a bit of a scheme, really, and it is annoying to see it play out. But my point of view that I'm trying to change within myself is that I need to start losing sentimental ties to players. Where obviously Jack Silvani is going to hurt. It did hurt when start hearing these things, and then when he officially left. But yeah, you just try and shut them out. Unfortunately, kids look up to these players, especially Charlie Curnow. It's going to be hard for them to do that, let go. But yeah, it is what it is. So we'll see if they can see if supporters' mindsets will change.
I feel like it has to.
Certainly. Yeah.
We just have to. Like, we love the monogram. You know, the monogram is what we follow. It's not the player. Like, we love the players, obviously, but the attachment should be to the jumper, not the person wearing it.
No player is bigger than the club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I knew it was bad when we were, I think, 30 points down against Collingwood in the halfway through the third quarter. Collingwood, if you kicked a goal, it might have been Nick Dacos or God knows whoever I know. And they put the camera on Charlie Curnow. Here he is high-fiving Darcy Moore.
Yeah.
And squirting them or something. When was the squirting water bottle incident?
Yeah, same game.
Oh, that, yeah. Oh, that's more childish. Just go and give him a jumper punch or something like that. What the hell it is. Actually show some fight. He's as weak as they come, mate. His warm-up is literally just sitting on the bench at this point. He's just stupid. He's not right in the head, that fella.
And Louis, to your point, the sentimental value, right? Like that's probably one of the I think the media preys on that stuff because they know that as Carlton fans, you know, we always used to revere, or still revere, you know, like Cripps, Kerno, Mackay, Wiedering, Walsh. Like, these are like the untouchables, you know. And then TDK started getting in that group. And then to myself, you know, as a footy card collector, like I'm the same, right? I was like, yeah, I want to have the best Charlie card, the best Walsh card, you know. But then I start to remind myself that, hey, you know, 1,700 plus players have played for this club, and you're stressing about one bloke, you know. So to the Silvanis, right? Like when all that talk was happening with Silvani, I was like, hey, great family, great footy family. 3 out of 1,700 plus blokes that played for the club. So on the grand scheme of things, they are a larger dot, but they're still a dot in the grand history in the scheme of the club. So you got to take the emotion out of it, and it's what's best for the emblem, or the emblem at the front rather than the number at the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Well said.
Yeah, I think there's actually a quote on that. Give me 2 seconds.
There is.
I'll
right.
come out, you bastard. Thank you very much. Where is it? It's on here somewhere. Yeah, when you put on this Guernsey, the monogram on the front is more important than the number on the back. And it's been on here since... Oh, fuck, I don't know. Since whenever.
And that, I think a few people lose sight of that as well, right? So it's how many clubs have made tough decisions? Look, everyone went off at Pies fans went off at their management when they started making calls like, you know, Treloar, Grundy, Stevenson. Remember when they made those harsh calls when you're thinking, what the hell are they doing?
Graham
End
Wright.
up with a flag 2 years later, you know?
Yep.
Hawks. Well, look at Hawks, look at Brisbane, even Melbourne to an extent. So taking Hawks out for a second, Brisbane and Melbourne premiership teams over the last few years, they were in our boat we were in the same boat a few years ago. We were languishing in the bottom 4, bottom 6. You know, they've made some really tough calls on some players, and they've shifted. And look at the Hawks, right? They've gone and had a couple of lean years, but the way they've recruited and made some tough calls to be able to get some draft capital and take emotion out of it, you know, moving out blokes that are club champions, and all of a sudden their trajectory is just going north at the moment. So hopefully, you know, the people that are departing the club, whether it be players, whether it be assistant coaches, are the players that are, I guess, part of that culture that we no longer want at the club. So I assume that you want that, the right people, and it might not be able to be done in one off season. It might take a couple, because you can't gut, you know, half the team. But yeah, a lot of changes already happened. So I think day one of pre-season, the blokes are going to be walking into a very different place.
Yeah. Should we go on to Graham Wright as some of the changes we've already seen? We've discussed players. A bit of the coaching setup. So he's backed in Voss, but assistant coaches, footy department, boss, all seem to have either got the sack or, well, I think they got the sack, but to save their name, they just decided to label it as a resign. Yeah, what's your take on that?
Good. Need more changes. I think, you know, a few of the people who we thought, like Brad Lloyd, had to go. Brad Lloyd has survived. I don't know. He survived what, 2 or 3 reviews?
Yeah.
And a couple of the other guys. I'm actually very surprised that Jordan Russell's still there. Very surprised.
Is it still there?
Yeah.
Oh,
What's Sid's role again?
Forwards coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron Hamill.
Midfield forward connections terrible. So
Exactly.
So maybe there's something with his contract there or something. But
yeah, I think he's contracted.
Rip it up.
So too is Ash Hansen. I think he's got another year.
Yeah, Ash Hansen, who blocked us on Facebook, on Instagram.
Yeah. What a pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So look, I think the changes are good. Yeah, sorry, Georgie.
Yeah, no, you're spot on. I think we need more, right? Voss has always been said that he's a great motivator. He just needs the right support around him. That was David Parkin, I'm pretty sure that said that. So we're actually seeing it now. So let's see who, now that the season's over, and especially a lot of the successful clubs, top 4, top 6, right? Like, are we going to start poaching? Well, we've got Josh Fraser, who's come back. From the Pies now as well. So we're going to start seeing some more moves, possibly from some of those clubs that, have just ended their final series recently, because you probably want to have these blokes locked away pretty soon before you're starting to make all of these changes and things like that as well. So you can have a united front, I guess.
Yeah. On to your point about Voss as a motivator. We've seen a few times this season where they didn't look motivated. So the North Melbourne game, Port Adelaide game, first Port Adelaide game, Collingwood, Hawthorn. If his role is meant to be a motivator, he wasn't able to do that in those games. So I think, he's in a bit of strife, certainly at the end of next season.
It's like he's a cheerleader. Seriously, he just stands there. Fucking come on, girls, let's go. Come on. Get back on the about. Come on.
Goes under the bench.
5 more minutes.
I stand by my comment that he should have been sacked at quarter time of the Brisbane final last year.
Thank you.
Should not have been allowed to finish that game.
Exactly.
Seeing him on the sidelines of that quarter when they were just running riot on us, and watching how clueless he was. The coaches were like, they're moving magnets around and they're like, looking at that, and he just looked so far out of his depth, and I think he was very lucky to survive, to be fair, I think we all know that the club, in that 6-hour meeting they had, calls were made, questions were asked, and nobody wanted the job or nobody could take the job, and he got lucky. Lucky. I don't think he sees out next year. I can't, unless we go on unless we start well, but if we have another, because since he started, we've always gone really high and then really low. We've had and this was the first year where we were just consistently shit. But since his actual start, we started really well and then went shit. Then the year after, we started poorly and we went shit. Went good. So I just think he's very lucky to be in his position, to keep his position. He's very lucky that nobody wanted the role.
Yeah, 100%. George, do you have anything to add?
No, I think as a motivator as well, you can only go so far, right? Like I look at someone like Chris Fagan, right? So the players love to play for him. He's obviously got a really good style. We had not played AFL. I think he played with Tassie. He'd be a great motivator as well. But to an extent, once you cross that line, if you have the right passion, the right outlook on the game, the right goals as a team united together, that should give you all the motivation you need to succeed, right? So once you're out on that field, you're not going to, you'll be looking to the bench and the coaches, but you're looking to each other and then within yourself to find that extra step or that extra 1%. So that will only go so far, and his voice will only go so far. So then it can't, the onus does not just end with him. There's got to be something within the players. I'm sure he's not the one telling Charlie to put your hands on your hips and walk around the forward line and not chase. So there's part of that has to be owned by the players in terms of motivation as well. Once you cross that line, and you talk about earlier, you spoke about Cripps and Doherty regretted, not leading as good and whatnot. I'm sure, that Richmond loss, for example, after half time, whatever happened, some of those players have to live with that performance. Not just the rest of the season, the rest of their lives. They'll look back and say, did I give 110%? Could I have chased better? Could I have tackled better? Could I have presented better?
think we lost Georgie.
Let's see. Yeah, he just froze a bit there.
Sorry, wait, I'm back.
It happens
Sorry,
twice an
yeah,
episode.
frozen. It does. I don't know what it. Mate, every time the microwave turns on in my house, my internet cuts off. So forgive me. But yeah, so the onus has to be on the players as well in terms of motivation. But if we have a poor start next year, he's going to be in the hot seat for sure.
Yep, 100%. Henry, any thoughts on Vossi?
Well, it's obviously, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what to think of Voss at all anymore. No, I loved him for the first 2023, 2022, 2024 question mark. Yeah, it's a difficult one. Hard decisions need to be made. I think we now know. I know Graham Wright knows that. So I'm thinking I'm putting my full trust into Graham Wright to make the right decisions. So far, he is. If he thinks that Voss is the man for the job, he's the man for the job. If he doesn't think Voss is the man for the job, then gone. Simple as that. We've seen it with other CEOs and all that kind of stuff. We've gone through. Yeah, I'm not going to say that one, but we've gone through a lot of coaches. Yeah, I know there's no holding back, so I'm putting my full faith into him in 2026. If we finish bottom 4 or bottom 6, it's goodbye, and it'll be. I don't think he'll see out the year if we're, let's say, 4-10 or whatever or 4-8 by whatever. Oh no, 2-8. Let's say 2-8. I don't think he'll see out the 2026 season. That's just
Yeah.
my
I
personal
hope that
opinion.
doesn't-
If we get to 0-5, do you think he keeps his job?
Shit, no. I hope he doesn't. I hope the tough decision does actually be made.
Mm.
Like it's just no holding back anymore. You know, like they've been given too many chances, just way too many chances. Kerno this year, he went goalless for about 5 games, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sook.
It's
Yeah,
about
Sook.
13 behinds. Moya comes in 2 games. I think he slotted about 8 goals or whatever it is. He goes goalless for 1 game. He's going straight back to the twos.
Mm-hmm.
And this absolute spud of a bloke who just sits at full forward, does not chase. About 5 minutes into his chase, he'll just give up. He's an absolute fucking stud. It's just he's enough to fucking infuriate me. He's just so annoying. He just does not. He doesn't chase. He doesn't tackle. Haven't seen him tackle once. He can't kick straight. Puts 2 fingers in the air, saying, "Yeah, look at me. I've got 2 Colemans around my neck." Oh, he's just fucking annoying. Then he gets a girlfriend and bloody posts about her every 10 seconds of the day. The glazing that he does to her, me dead.
I love you guys so much. I fucking love you, bro.
I love his crash outs.
She's got
It made it
Botox on
worse
her
for
cheeks.
us. Hey, Henry, sorry.
She's got Botox on her cheeks, makeup galore. She's wearing everything, mate.
What made it worse for me in the mid-season when he went on that barren spell is that Bombers took Liam McMahon obviously in the mid-season draft from our VFL team, and that bloke was you're looking at him and you're like, oh man, he would be a handy, wouldn't he? Like I'm not saying we had to pick him up, and we got Flynn Young as well, who looks like a promising young player, but man, like the way Liam was playing. You start to think, man, why can't our forwards like click and show a bit of that, right? But you know, they're not. These players have done amazing things in the past. Harry has, Charlie has, and then all of a sudden, you've just seen a massive shift in the dial in terms of effort. And Andy said it earlier, like we got smashed on the party last year when it was about halfway through the season. You know, Andy was questioning Kerno's effort and commitment, and in the chat and the comments, people blew up saying, "Oh, you know, you can't talk shit about Charlie." And it's interesting this year where champion full forwards of the game. You're talking blokes like Matty Lloyd, Dunstall. Like, these guys are telling him, hey, like, saying in the media publicly, Charlie's lazy and not chasing, not running, and all of a sudden that's the narrative now. But it's as you said, the club has done a lot of glazing over this bloke. Gets the double cobra, and the fists in the air, and on all the marketing and things like that as well. And he knows. I think he knows that he's got that grasp over the club and over the fan base and marketing. Does that play into it? No. Yeah. It's interesting.
Absolutely.
I think we should discuss some other players sort of drop off. So some of the maybe the B graders, maybe the likes of Sard, Akers. Certainly Sard, back to the point on lacking effort. I think there's plenty of times when you I think that was showcased by Tom Morris or something. Where he was just jogging after the ball after doing his woof. So you got issues like that, and Akers is a real culprit for the bombs inside 50, and
Jesus.
So I had a running joke.
I was about to say
the on the full.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was we would wait. So in 2023 at the start, because when we first picked him up, obviously thinking this bloke can't kick, and we'd have a little running game at matches. How long is it going to take before Blake Akers kicks it out on the full? And you guaranteed one. You always guaranteed one a game.
Yeah.
Then he started shifting the dial a bit in 24, but it came back thick and fast in 25. I said it. I'm like, the bloke's kicking sometimes makes me want to poke my eyes out. It's just strange decisions, strange decisions. And Sard, I said it earlier this season. I think he didn't have trust in his legs. Like, he had those hammy injuries. He wasn't bending over. He was kicking balls off the ground. He wasn't bending over to pick up the footy. It's like he lost trust in his body. He was going for short, sharp bursts of runs, but it wasn't the typical, Sard, breaking lines and running through the wing and through the centre. You weren't seeing much of that. So maybe, he's lost a bit of trust in his body. A couple of hammies might have done that to him, where he's, once I started seeing him kicking the ball off the ground quite a bit and not bending over, I'm like, he's obviously feeling something, or he doesn't want to ping the hammy.
Yeah, potentially.
I think watching other teams play through Sard, because they know how unaccountable he is. So you literally watch the opposition play through Adam Sard all the time, especially early on in games. It's like it takes him 15 minutes to, switch on in a game. I think it was the Melbourne game where he was on Pickett, and Pickett was single-handedly leaving Melbourne in the game. And there was another game. I can't remember the game.
Pickett got 3 votes for that one.
Yeah. There was another game. I can't remember. And the first 5 or 10 minutes, his opponent kicked 2 goals. And each time, Sard was just 20 meters away. Maybe to just play devil's advocate, Georgie, maybe he's got too much faith in his body where he thinks he can, sit off his opponent by 20 meters and that he trusts his body enough to make it back. And it's just not.
No.
So
Ben Keys will remind him of that, I think, very quickly.
He lives in Ben Keys' back pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's normally tasked with all of those jobs on these small forwards, and they always kick bags on us. So, yeah, maybe you're onto a point there, Henrik.
We're on Adam Sard. Jeez, this could end badly. So, say this every podcast too, and I'm bloody sick of saying it. So, he did an interview with, I think it was Hamish McLaughlin, about, I don't know, whatever the hell he was talking about. You might know where I'm going with this, you might not. It absolutely makes me go off my mind every single bloody time you think of it. So he's in an interview with Hamish McLaughlin, and Hamish McLaughlin asks, when you get the ball, do you know where you're running?
Yeah.
And the stupid twat goes, nah. Who does that help? It's like you just, it's freaking, yeah. How the fuck do you not know where you're running? Seriously, like, you've surely you have to have some sort of idea when there's grown men chasing at you that you're going to know where the hell you're running. I know if that was me, I'd at least try and look for someone, anyone, just not bloody kick the ball to outer space, 100 metres up the line. Yep, Jesse Motlop, get on bloody Sam Taylor's shoulders. Expect that from him. Oh, it's so infuriating every single time. Every time he gets the ball, it's a bomb to God knows wherever. And then you all go, woof. Oh, I don't mind the woof, but like, Jesus Christ, at least hit a target while we're saying it. You fucking idiot. And then, and then Akers, I was at him badly.
Do you want me to get Adam Sard on the phone right now?
No, bad idea.
Is this?
You're not wrong, man. We've said it so many times. When he gets the ball, it's like there's no plan, right? So what he'll do, he'll just wheel on the left, like shift the body to the side, wheel on the left. He might do a bit fancy. He might do a 180, turn around and realize there's no option, then he'll just chuck it on the left and bomb it. So many times, either a hospital ball or he'll just put it on the left. And it's normally those ones where he's confined to the back pocket, tries to take it on his man, but really just shifts to the side, just bombs it down the wing, turnover, ball comes back inside 50, they get a goal. And the times, the rare, very rare occasions where we use him to his strength, he runs past a half back or tries to have a bounce and a run, something happens, but all of a sudden something good happens. All right, back you go, back to the back pocket, for your little 20, 30 meter kicks,
I don't rate Adam Sard. I think, I don't know. I just think his effort's not there. His body isn't there anymore. He doesn't use his long legs anymore. He doesn't use that long ball. What are we getting out of him? Like what's he adding to our team? Like Georgie said, he doesn't run through the middle anymore. And like you said, Henry, from what he said in that interview, and I've said it too, before I even knew about this interview, I was like, I don't think he has a plan. I think he just runs past, calls the ball. Because how many times have you seen him? He'll be like running that way, and then he'll just have to try to go that way, and he'll kick backwards or sideways. So I just, what's he adding? What value is he adding to the team? And you can say that about probably another 10 blokes. So, yeah, hard calls need to be made. I think as long as these guys are contracted, we're going to have to either be aggressive with our trading or just ride out these contracts and, off you go, mate.
Yeah. Both Sard and Akers need a bit more accountability for their weaknesses. Henry,
Sure.
anything on Akers?
Oh, man, I think you want to know. Where do I start with this absolute tool? It's tricky.
It's tricky. I don't know why that killed me.
We're building him a statue, right? We love the guy, but for the greatest moment of our lives, but
Greatest moment of my life for sure. He's shit. I've got a pretty good memory. I can remember this video because I've actually held myself somewhat accountable. I haven't ever really gotten mad about this video, and I probably will now, looking back on the season of 2025. There's a pre-season game against, I think we was against St Kilda this year, the practice match. Yep. So there's bench cam footage, and Akers goes to the bench and he says, I at least average one out of bounds on the full kick every game. And the bench was silent. Not a word was spoken. Not one singular word. This absolute fucking tool of a bloke, mate. I'm infuriated. Even just thinking about it, even having his face in my mind. It's enough to make a man go.
Can I just give you a little bit of advice? You've got a beautiful head of hair there, mate. You keep going down this road, you're going to clock me or Georgie.
You definitely gonna. I pulled all mine out. I had some in 2023. Actually, I had a little bit of fluff at the top, or every on the full.
Oh,
Yank
fuck.
some.
There's a funny thing to
I'm
that.
hanging on. I'm just hanging on.
There's actually a funny thing to that, and you're going to piss yourself. My dad's actually bald.
Ooh, same with mine.
Supporting Carlton will do that to you. Supporting
Yeah.
the Blues will do it to you.
Man, I've got an absolute shocking hairline. It's starting to irritate the shit out of me. Even that's starting to irritate me. Carlton irritating me. School, bloody work. Yeah. Christ almighty. If Carlton can just win a game, especially against Richmond. Come into a year looking forward to God knows whatever I was looking forward to. Lost. What a waste of a year. What a waste of a player, that number 13. It's an absolute. Bring back bloody Angus Schumacher for all I care. Absolute
Far out.
tool. Fucking himself. Fucking sick of him.
I wouldn't be surprised if allegedly the club have told him to have a look around.
Oh, I hope so. It'll be
we
the
have
greatest day of my
rumours.
life.
We have rumours that West Coast are trying to bargain hard to try and get him.
It's
I don't know how truthful that
pack
is.
your bags and piss off.
Do you boys get to go to the games when Carlton goes over?
Yeah, when they come to Perth, I always go. We had 2 this year,
Sick.
so I managed to. But maybe if one Melbourne trip every year, probably.
Cool.
But not this year.
Yeah.
Did last year.
Sometimes I do. One other little thing to the Carlton cheer squad's thing to hold up the banner. Apparently, this is how strict the Carlton cheer squad is. They won't let you bring your phone out to film the players running out.
What?
Just
What?
We did. Georgie and I went
they
out.
won't let you. They won't let you have your phone to film the players running out.
What's the reason for that? That's strange. Strange.
No
Carlton
idea.
cheer squad.
Apparently, it's just some security thing or whatever. That's just what they said at the start. It was against Hawks in round 2. We went. Dad and I won the tickets, and we went before we did anything. I put my phone out to film the players, and old Matt comes up to me. He said, "We're not allowed to film due to some security reasons or whatever it is." So anyway,
that's
still filmed anyway.
Yeah, good on you. I was going to say that's
Still
absolute
anyway.
crap. Like, what is he going to do? Take his phone off you? Oh, yeah. Let's. Cheer squad's
Just
interesting bunch. Yeah, sorry, Andy.
just a fun fact. We're also blocked by the Carlton cheer squad.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
Yes, I'm actually
They
blocked
unfollowed
on a
me.
different account by the Carlton cheer squad too.
What happened?
So it was actually by you guys who uploaded the video of them letting a Collingwood chant go straight through the Carlton cheer
That's
squad. I commented on a different account, and yeah, I got blocked in a heartbeat. We'll put it that way.
I commented
It
on it too, and I think
absolutely
I just got to unfollow.
disgraced.
Wow.
That day just told me all I need to know about the cheer squad, right? Like
Yes.
I saw it with my own eyes. So whether they want to dispute it, I saw progressively throughout the game, Collingwood fans make their way in their droves, and by the end of the game, it was all the whole bay was pretty much Collingwood. There was a sprinkle of a couple of Carlton fans just hang around, and a few of the cheer squad had left. And I said that you try doing that to the Pies cheer squad. You just give it a crack, just give it a try, and see if they'll let you even come close.
Yeah, end up with a few black eyes in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, that's and telling you can't record because of security. Hey,
I didn't have a problem when I was part of the Carlton W setup for the banner when they came over for the Freo game last. But I was allowed to film, but maybe they didn't have the whole gang there. Really,
Just do what you want, man.
Oh, I think you're
Straight out, do what you want.
Yeah, no, don't worry about them. They're
no, definitely still film.
Kids, hang for these opportunities, man. Like, imagine, you get this opportunity. Sometimes it might be a once in a lifetime opportunity, right? You might not get this chance again for forever. So yeah, you want to make it memorable, right? Yeah, don't worry about them. Fuck them. What are they going to do? Take your phone?
Exactly. And kick him in the fucking cock. Small dick.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yes. I didn't know this was this kind of pusho, bro. I'm down. I love this.
That's fantastic.
Let's move on to the next item on the agenda. If I could get my voice straight.
Like I shouldn't be laughing at my own jokes. Oh god.
What was I gonna say? We've done that. What do you think we need to aim for in the preseason? We've talked a bit about, trying to boost our kicking skills and get a ball in our hand and all that. What do you think needs to be addressed in the preseason?
Everything and anything. Well, make sure the new president doesn't share his little ding-a-ling to the world. That'd be a start.
I mean, yeah, that's right. That would be a start.
We'll
I
start
think
there.
it's
And we'll
just
progress.
get the basics right. Just back to basics. Just get the basics right for me. Like don't worry too much about. Game plan is so important, but we're that far behind. Like I was watching the finals, and there wasn't a single game where I thought we're up to this standard. I think our standards are just so low at the moment. Things can turn very quickly. Things can switch very, very quickly. These blokes are both dying.
Poor Louis.
You guys all right?
Oh,
He's got
stupid
the-
cold.
he's got coughing fit.
I'm
Jeez.
coughing me lungs out.
It's
Apparently,
You're right. I'm good.
apparently
Yeah,
the flu's swept right through my skull, so
Oh,
I've
really?
got it. Anyway,
get better soon, mate. Get better soon.
Yeah.
yes.
You're right with the basics, and I think Andy, for me, it's a simple one. It's make the club a better and a bit of a happier place, I think, to be around, because you hear from, like, I think Dan Gorringe had on his potty, and he's got a lot of connections to players such as Doherty and a few others that he hangs with and gets some, obviously inside info. But he was in the rooms after one of the games towards the end of the season, and he said it was dark, it was gloomy, like it was one of those games where he's like, you just would not want to be in that in that environment, that change room. So I think with the shift of the players that we've got going out, some new faces coming in, some new coaches coming in, make the club a better place, I think, right? So I think for me, you look at what Craig McRae's done for the Pies, where something as small as, all right, whatever, inviting your families and bringing a bit of a culture around just being a bit happier. Because if you're happier in your workplace, you're probably going to be a bit more productive, I guess, right? So
Yeah.
For me, it's just have a good environment, a happier environment. And then things, even if you get 1 or 2% improvement in everything, should start to see some good things happen.
Yep. Hopefully there's a bit of a turnaround. Henry?
What was the question again, Louis? I've had a mind blank.
Just what you'd want to see in the preseason. What do you think we need to sort of address?
Yeah, it goes back to basics a lot. You definitely look at it. I think I don't want to worry about preseason just yet. I want to worry about just getting the culture right, because don't know, it's just a lot of sketchy stuff goes on at that club, if I'm going to admit. And I think, yeah, don't know. Get your culture right, then worry about your preseason. Definitely worry about stars not getting injured. If one star gets injured, I am done. Fully done. I'm actually going to go for Blake Acres. Man, that'll do my head in as well. Yeah, well, Newman is the type of bloke that really will actually show you some fight. So you show fight there, and
This kid's going to be a
What
star.
happened there?
This kid is going to be a star. I'm just putting it out there.
Tell you what, that would have been an insane clip if your pod was on a video. That would have been clipped and gone viral. Oh, this is fantastic.
There's a few of those. You flicked your jumper. Yep.
Oh, get me started. Last time we did a podcast and I got this mad, there was about all these cards just scattered on the floor. And it took me about bloody 10 minutes to clean them all up.
What type
All
of
I
cards
wanted
are
was
they?
to get my beauty sleep as well. I just wanted sleep.
What type of
One
cards are
comes
they?
in, clean your fucking cards up.
Show us the
These
cards.
shitty ones.
Oh,
Stupid
Carlton
club.
playing cards. Yep.
Ah,
Yep.
okay.
Oh,
Thought you
Yeah, at
were.
least it's not a bobblehead. $12
the
tickets.
bullheads.
A couple of those somewhere.
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
the
Oh,
heck
you've
around.
gone and bought them, have you?
Hey,
We which one did we get? Oh, was it the Wiedering one actually this year? This year was the Wieders one.
I didn't
Yeah.
get that. I didn't get it.
Yeah,
No, actually we didn't
Was
either because we
that,
got to the game together. We had Johnny
Mm.
Holden gave me one actually.
That's right. Yeah.
Wasn't there a what's it called? There was a I actually do remember seeing you guys at a game, but I wasn't really a big podcaster then. We'd only just started. We were like a couple of weeks in. I think it was the game against the Hawks, maybe, where they were selling bobbleheads. And the line literally was about 800 meters long. It was
Yeah.
Oh, last year was that
absolutely-
last year, wasn't it? Was
yeah,
it?
it was absolutely humming. Like
Yeah,
it
that was the Christu
it was
Sard one.
insane. Yeah, that's the one, the Sard one. Yeah,
Yeah,
and there was like a little player meet and greet, and
yeah.
yeah, that was
And
also a
then
dark
that-
day.
That was a.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
going to say
That was a
proceeded to be an
funeral.
absolute shocker.
Yeah,
That was
I was
a-
actually
that was an
wearing black that
absolute
day
funeral.
too. So there you go.
Yeah.
I'm attending Cups. You know, that's where it all started.
We've had some
Pricks.
rough days at the footy, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been lucky enough. We go to 3 or 4 games a year, and somehow in them 3 or 4 games a year, we normally see 3 wins, maybe 1 loss. But then I don't know. We were with family in that Hawthorn game. It was one of the only games we've been to all year. I was excited. We were playing. We had to play for glory for the monogram. It was that game. We had to represent the 1995 Premiers. Absolutely shut the
Yes.
bed.
Yes, you're right.
And here I am talking next to my cousin who's a massive Hawthorn supporter. And yeah, that didn't go down too well either.
I bet.
Ended up getting dacked. The bastard ended up dacking me, literally walking on Yarra Park. After the game and everything, I'm already listening into my sorrows and all that kind of stuff. Even the palmy from goddamn knows where it was, that didn't help one bit. Then we had to drive all the way back, which was like 4 hours. Even that sleep didn't help.
Shit.
I'm in for a long
That was a
life of supporting this
tough
club.
day.
I'm not excited.
Yep.
Shit club.
Yeah, wow. Shit club indeed. Mate,
That's
you
all
said
the-
you said you're lucky enough to, out of the 4 games a year you go to, you get 3 wins. Bro, I reckon we went to the footy every week, every couple of weeks for maybe 10, 15 years. Probably saw 2 wins for the year.
Oh, Jesus, I was about to say, wouldn't be that many.
I laugh that all the time. I think it was between 07, 09. I used to buy the wins on DVD, mate. AFLNameAGame.com.au. I bought the wins on DVD because there was only about 2 or 3 a year. So
Yeah.
might as well enjoy them.
Yeah. Some dark days, man.
Yep.
Yes.
Dark days. I still remember sitting there at Marvel one game. I would just always go back to this game where we were expected to win. I think we'd won 2 games for the year or 1 game for the year. We were playing Fremantle, and we were expected to win. Freo was last or second last as well, and we didn't kick a goal until the 3rd quarter.
That was horrendous.
Oh,
Just disgusting, man. Disgusting.
yeah, dark times, eh?
Yeah, man.
That's all the things, all the questions I had for you, that we had for you. Do you have any questions for us?
I'm back.
What made you boys start this? What was your kickoff for this?
Henry?
That should probably be a question I answer, I reckon, Louis. Well, my personal thoughts on starting a podcast was just sharing thoughts with my dad. And I'm an only child, and we live in the middle of friggin' nowhere, so had absolutely no one to really share my thoughts to. So yeah, just sharing with dad, and then I said, might as well just start a podcast. So I said to George in the back show towards this pod, did a little live stream pod with a bloke called Heath who still listens in. Yeah, so he was. How do I say it? Yeah, I said wired differently. Heath, if you're listening, you're a prick. Um,
He was a very
Um,
sketchy fella.
Okay.
yeah,
As the Saints fan,
Yeah.
yeah.
says it all, right?
Dick, double chin, motherfucker. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
How do you
but
fit
he
into
was-
this,
he was-
Louis?
Because Louis done one with his dad as well, the Perth Blue Baggers pod with your old man.
Yeah, so I've had, well, I started the same year as we started this one, but earlier, probably, I think it was right after like round 7 we began starting it, me and my dad, and then yeah, so his live streams kind of fell apart. So he contacted me and see if he wanted to do it, if I wanted to co-host. Yeah, and then we start getting a few guests, which really gets a bit of traction. But yeah, it's just we do it for the love of speaking about the game and club we love. Love-hate relationship, really, but yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know if it's so much of a love relationship at the moment.
We just
Especially
want the
with Blake
best for
Aiken.
them.
I've got it all out for him. Frick.
I think it's the most toxic relationship you'll ever have, to be honest.
Yeah.
Going for Carlton. It's
Good point.
look, it's also a privilege. Yeah, I say it all the time. You know, things, no matter how bad things are, you know, you could always be worse. You could be an Essendon supporter. You know, they're doing
Exactly.
it hard. Could be a St Kilda supporter. No one really cares about them.
Yeah, no one cares, Heath, you fucking dog.
Oh, that's so good. No, well, you know, the fact that you guys work so well together, you know, I feel like you complement each other quite well. So good on you.
Yeah.
No, I
I'm
love it.
level-headed.
What's the plan? Because there's, you know, I don't know if we can talk about it on this platform, but the plan, because some laws coming in, aren't there?
Yeah, the social media laws. So that
Yeah.
comes in December 10. I've ventilated to Louis about that one. Yeah, I'm obviously not going to say what I've got. I've got a plan, obviously, to
Okay.
keep the podcast, keep social media. Obviously,
Yeah.
not going to say that on here just in case
Yeah.
some twat dogs are in.
Yeah.
So
Twat dog.
yeah, there's a plan towards it.
Twat dog is fucking amazing.
Yep. I learnt that one off me pop actually. The thing is, he called me twat dog as well. So that's how I learnt it.
Uh-huh.
Question from me. Put
Yes,
the your favourite player, Blake Acres, Henry, or put that aside. So Henry and Louis, a question for both of you. Put that 2023 semi-final moment aside. Favourite Carlton moment?
Okay, so I was about maybe 6 when the 2013 happened, and that's the first real good memory. In fact, probably really the first memory I actually had. So I guess that was good that we started off well. 2013 elimination final. I remember watching it with my dad and his friends. We weren't meant to be in there, obviously. But yeah, it was just a good underdog win.
It was, and the way we done it as well, especially against the bloody Tigers. Nah, great win. Henry?
Well, yeah, okay. So the semi-final would definitely be number one, but take that aside. I would never put the Sydney elimination final in there just because my mum and dad were in New Caledonia, and I love celebrating wins for my dad. So wouldn't put that one there. It's a tricky one. I mean, the Jack Newnes goal after the siren, that's definitely up there.
I remember
That's
that.
probably my
Yeah.
first actual footy memory. It's actually no, my first footy memory is really bloody weird. It's Sam Petreski-Seaton kicking a banana from God knows where he is. He actually slotted it.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I
It's
haven't
the
heard that name in
weirdest
a while.
footy memory you will ever see.
You guys have made me feel so old. Far out. I've been alive double your age and more, like more than double your ages. That's crazy.
You know that's crazy, right? Is that the generation and the era of Carlton supporter, right? So you got young Henry and Louis, and then you've got us as well, and then we've been starved of success for 2/3 of our lives, right? And then you've got the guys that are 40 plus who have seen some flags at least, but they're going through this barren run, and it's interesting because it's like intergenerational trauma now, right? You got, I've got a few kids now, and they're going through and saying, "Oh, fuck, Dad, like, when are we going to be in the finals?" Right? Like my son says to me, "Oh, like, okay, he's doing the ladder. He loves the ladders on the fridge, so he does the ladder at the end of every Sunday night." And then I'm explaining to he's 6, so I'm explaining to him that end of the season, bottom 8 teams, they're out. No more, a bottom 10 team. Sorry. He was like, "Oh, how come we're never in the top 8?" Right? Like, so that trauma is just coming down now, and forever it was for us growing up as well. It was just you get excited about the individual accolades, and I don't want to go back to those days, man. I don't want to go back to the days of rooting for Fev to get a Coleman, or whether it be Harry or Charlie or Cripps to get a Brownlow. That's all well and good, but I want to see some team success, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Louis, can you stop dying for a second? That'd be nice.
So you guys,
I've done well.
quite active on the socials.
Sure.
Who would you say, other than the Monday Blues, are your favorite? Like, who do you guys listen to? What do you guys get into as far as Carlton content goes, other than the Monday Blues, obviously?
Yeah, it's definitely the best question we've had in a while.
Terry
I'm
from Blue
pretty-
Broad.
Yeah, I'm on Blue Broad fan cams a bit. I don't know if you've seen, but
I've seen you.
sometimes I'm on there. Sometimes on the jumper punch. Yeah, I've been on the
Emergency
jumper punch before, on the old emergency meetings. Haven't had any crash outs on there as of yet. I don't think we will either.
I have.
Um,
I fucking have.
You need to bring
So
out
I've
this.
seen,
You need to bring out those crash outs, please. It'll make my day.
I've
Please.
had to. I've actually detached. I've actually I've really enjoyed the off season so far. Just not, and I call it the off season, our off season. So man, it got to the point where I was like crashing out daily. You know what I mean? I'm just on my own at work. I spend a lot of time on my own at work. I have a bottle shop. So it's like I'm talking to customers, but then I'll have like moments. I have 15, 20 minutes, right? Just to myself. And I'm I'll jump on Instagram and I'll see fucking Blues AFL post fucking Jack Silvani twerking for fucking Western Bulldogs. And I'm just like, fucking fuck. Like, I'm just
Every
losing it.
story from Blues to AFL worries me.
Do you remember that
Oh,
day?
dude,
I think
fucking
there was
hell.
like one day where
August
Blues
27th.
AFL.
It was just
August
bad
23rd,
news.
man.
It's just
He remembers-
it's scarred
he
him.
remembers the date.
It's scarred Louis, poor
Bro.
guy.
Every single
No,
time
it got-
I'd open Instagram, I'd see that fucking circle. Or I'd see like the post, and I'm like, oh my god, it's just getting worse. It's getting worse.
Oh yeah, August 27th was the shittest day known to me. Like seriously, it got to the point where Louis and I legitimately made a meme of, I don't know what dude it was, but he was falling to his knees, and it had the little topping up there. It was like POV August 27 or 28, whenever a Blues AFL story
Roger.
comes up, and all the
Oh,
I'm at
yeah,
school.
Oh, that's right. I
Yeah,
saw it.
that
I
was yours.
saw it. Yes.
yeah. And then whenever I'm going to the toilets at school or whatever and just check the latest news. And then I'll say, oh, God knows what's wrong now. Old mate's been delisted, or Charlie Curnow wants to go to Gold Coast. Saw that first thing after work, after getting abused by customers left, right, and centre. That was just fantastic. I'm 15, you twats. Please
found it.
piss off. There it is.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
one. I remember that. I
That's the
remember
one.
it. I remember it.
Oh, so annoying.
Man,
Bloody hell.
that was a
Worth.
horrific day. That was just the worst.
Yeah, it was just full of shit. It was just shit.
Well, I'll revisit what we actually experienced that day.
Yeah,
Why not?
Please
So,
don't. Fucking hell.
just do it. Let's just
why not get it?
fucking rage.
So I think. Bear with me now.
That's all right.
So we have the free delistings. Actually, no, this is saying August 28th. I think the delistings were on that day. So you had Orazio,
Chincotta.
Cotter, and Lemmy. And then you get this pathetic news about Petruccelli having interest in Petruccelli.
Yeah.
And then you have apparently Carlton reportedly asked Elijah Hollins to explore his options.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember doing that. Literally in second after.
What do you guys think of that? Let's go bit by bit. What do you guys think of that Elijah situation? Do you guys agree with letting Elijah go?
Yeah, good if it's that'll definitely improve the culture. I mean, he's obviously taken his break and he hasn't been able to really exhilarate back to himself, hasn't been able to kind of come composed, have that clear mindset. So I think it's the right move. I think it's a perfect move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we won't delve into probably what happened. It was actually not. It was August 28th, not 27th.
Okay.
So I'm not that ingrained in it.
Bloke's crashing out about the wrong date.
Yeah, that day was probably bad as well. What happened that day? I think it's
100%. It's all been bad. My whole life's been bad, bro. I'm 37 years old. I'm depressed. This team has fucking ruined my life.
Pick any day of the calendar. Usually it's a pretty bad day for us.
Well, let's just say that whole week was pretty bad. You have Jesus leaving and then TDK leaving. Yeah, then you had Elijah Hollins. That is when I think August 28th, the biggest news of the lot. Charlie Curnow, reported by Tom Morris, Charlie Curnow had his exit meeting at Carlton FC today. He raised the prospect of a trade, but was immediately shut down. That was the epitome of.
Yes, that was in the afternoon, I think. Yep.
Yeah.
Then decided to go and ride bikes in Mexico. What?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go get some.
Yeah, so that will go down in memory. That day will go down in memory. Yeah, so you're gonna have to brush aside these traumatic days, I guess, including
It's tough
games.
being a Carlton fan. It's tough. The only advice I'll give you boys: try to enjoy life, because you're not going to get much joy out of this team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Key word there. Try. Jesus.
Make the most out of it. Don't invest all your happiness into this football club. They will drain you. They will drain you faster than Bonnie Blue could drain anyone.
You know, he's waiting for another opportunity to use it.
He's off.
You've sent Henry off. See that? That's it.
And he's had enough.
Drained anyone. You're lucky to get past the knob.
And
Oh, this is like some old timers today.
Yeah, and I think Andy, that's advice that I'm still trying to live by in terms of don't invest all your happiness in this club. It's too easy to, right? Because you look forward to it all week.
We love
and
them.
The weekend comes, and then these are the 3 or 4 hours that you just this is our time, and I think it's out, and it's like we're as Carlton fans, man. Like we're not casual fans. Like I don't really think I've met a casual Carlton fan. I don't think they exist, right? When you're a Blues fan, you've grown up, and I'm sure with your parents, right? Like they show the love and the passion for the club. They're not just, oh yeah, we go for Carlton, win or lose, whatever, just ride the waves. No, we're invested in the club, and that's what makes it hurt more when you put all your love and emotion into it. Unfortunately, for a long time, has set us up for disappointment, right? And then what I said it earlier, what stokes the flames is we're the best club at talking. We're the best club at hyping.
PR.
So you start to, this might be the year. So temper the expectations. I think that's good advice.
Yeah.
I think how I see the season, there was so much expectation going into it, and it's just the difference between the expectation and what actually happened this season. It was hard to grasp, really. So unfortunately, got lured into the hype. And I think for younger people like us, that tends to happen. We get dragged in. We probably get dragged into some of the club hype as well. Hard to decipher things, the propaganda. So I guess they're all learning curves that we will have to get through, I guess.
Absolutely. Well said.
Question for you, Louis, and I'll ask Henry when he's back as well, is if you could add any player in the AFL, it's like a realistic one, so not like Nick Dacos, but any player that is, you reckon, gettable to our club lineup at the moment, who would be your number one target if you're the list manager?
Petrarca, forward connection. Need goal kicking mid as well. Should be able to help set up some scoreboard impact and all that. So that's straight away what flashes my mind.
I can win a game off his own foot. Absolutely.
Yeah.
How about you, Henry?
Is this who we'd want in the AFL? Any player?
Yeah.
Except for
any player within reason. Yeah, within reason, like a gettable. So not including like a Dacos, but like any player that if you're the list manager, you're going to go out and this is your number one target.
Yeah, Petrarca's clearly gettable because he's looking out as well.
Yeah.
Errol Gulden, he'd be the first one to pop up in my mind. He's an absolute weapon, that kid. Like he's got serious talent. The next would be Will Ashcroft, but that's starting to get a little bit, obviously.
Just the best young player in the country.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I want to raise one thing. We actually saw this. I don't know if you saw the Bailey Smith story today.
Yeah. His caption before, and then he changed it.
Yeah.
They're just having a laugh at us. We're banter FC.
We're literal. Let's all laugh at Carlton Club.
Yeah.
That's all we are. That's what we've been for ages. Literally at work the other day, I'm serving someone. It's footy colours day, so I've got my Carlton jumper on. I got this one on. I said, "Oh, you go for Carlton? Jeez, you haven't seen much success." Like, please, no shit. I know. Grab your shit and go.
Yeah. I'm surrounded by West Coast and Freo fans over here. So
yeah, wow.
We can easily come back to it soon. Talk about
the West Coast fans are a bit quiet, but the Freo fans they hate us because of those close games that we've won.
Yeah.
Which are also memories going back to the other topic. I loved the Murph goal and Nunes, very vivid in my memory.
I think we watched that Murph one together, Georgie, didn't we?
The Murph one was I specifically remember this one because my wife's got a video of me knee sliding on the floorboards after the Murph goal. Oh wait, was it? No, we watched another close one together. I can't remember which one it was.
We've watched the Freo one together.
There's Nunes was locked down.
We had it all good over here.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, Mark McGowan, eh? That's it.
Yeah. Good one, this one.
I'll tell you what, against Freo, even Gather Round, was it Gather Round last year?
Yeah, the free
that we
kick.
got him. Yeah, that's right. The contentious one.
Mm.
Yeah,
We've
that,
got-
Man,
that
we
that
got
one.
the wood on 'em.
Jack Nunes, I'll never forget. It was raining. It was a miserable day here in Melbourne. We're in lockdown, and I'm standing there, and Doherty kicks it out on the full. So I've just fucking cracked the shits. I've got an indoor, one of those indoor clothesline things. I've just picked it up and launched it across the room with the clothes on it. And I'm fucking I'm just pacing around the house swearing. And then I just look at the TV and we've got Doherty's got the ball again. Or something like that. Or no, Jack Nunes has the ball. I was like, what? What the fuck?
There's certainly confusion at the ground.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Were you there?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, that's fucking incredible.
Would have been amazing.
Yeah,
I was on the
Yeah.
far end, unfortunately, but
doesn't
still
matter,
got to
mate.
see it. Didn't
Would've been
video it
incredible.
though.
God, that would be insane.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
mental.
well, we didn't think it would go in, but then you see the players start celebrating, and then we're like, what the hell? And then we start jumping up. We were in the Carlton sort of section, so weren't
No, the
really
Carlton
near
shit.
fans. It was good.
That would have been amazing. And it's a low scoring game. Would have been amazing, man. Like just
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a good game actually.
nah.
No, it was shocking. I remember.
Yeah, rainy. Yeah, very sloppy.
God, we're
Yeah,
talking
it's
about.
shit for so long. Oh,
Oh,
Good to reminiscent about those memories, I guess. Try and lighten up
Yeah.
the mood.
just cherish those
We're
moments, man,
talking-
because there's few and far between going for this club.
Yeah.
But hey,
course.
I'm like one of you boys said before. You know, in Graham Wright we trust.
Yep.
So whatever happens from here, man, just ride it out, enjoy it.
yeah.
I don't want to, and it's funny. I went into last season, into the 2024 season, and I was like, you know what? I want to enjoy this season. I want to ride the highs and lows, and I want to enjoy it because I genuinely thought we could win the flag last year. And I remember thinking, I don't want to get to a flag and win the flag and then look back and say, fuck, I can't believe in round 4 I was complaining because
Mm.
fucking Mark Pitternet couldn't run out a game or whatever. Like, I didn't want to like worry about the little things, and boy, was I stupid. Just enjoy
Yeah.
it.
You know,
I
it's
think
the
it's
highlight of the
crucial.
year when you got Mark Pitternet launching a talk from 60 out. It's literally the only good thing to come out of this year.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
quite literally, I've, in the past years, loyal Carlton through and through, never stopped watching. It was the Adelaide game. I was so pissed off. Watched through that game. I don't know why, but we were up by, I think it was like 30 points against GWS. They came back and kicked a goal. They were up by 2. I said, you know what, Dad, I'm done. I'm not watching anymore. Went into my room and played cricket 24 on the Xbox. Didn't watch it
Nice.
since. We ended up losing by like 30 points anyway. So
Yeah.
that's when you know it's just shit.
I left. Remember the North game this year, the second one.
Oh,
I left 10 minutes into the second quarter. I left the game. I
Ooh.
left the ground. I was done. I knew exactly how it was going to end. Even if we did win, I knew it was just going to be one of those games. But I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
The sun's out. I'm not doing this. I'm not fucking putting myself through it. And I left.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
This year was the
Yeah,
first
mine
year
either.
I'd ever left early. I've never left early before this year.
I think that's quite true among lots of supporters. We might have heard.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should wrap it up there. Henry, sign
yeah,
us off.
unless you boys have any last questions for us at all, or are we?
No questions from me, but just keep at it, boys. You know, your chemistry is amazing. What you guys are doing is awesome. Just keep at it, you know, and the viewership, everything will come. You know, you guys know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're both very passionate, very knowledgeable. So if you're focused on the numbers or whatever for your show, don't worry, it'll come. You guys are great. Just stick to it.
Yeah, that's literally the exact same thing Joe said from the Almost Blues Brothers
There you go.
yesterday. He said the exact same thing. You focus on viewership, you won't get anywhere. You just focus on thoroughly enjoying what you're doing, you will actually get somewhere. And we thoroughly enjoy what we're doing. So
That's good.
slowly
I'd
building
love
a
to hear
community.
That's it.
Love to hear that, mate. That's exactly right. Just ride the waves, enjoy each other's company, enjoy meeting new people, enjoy being part of an awesome community. That's the beauty of it, right? That's why we do it at the end of the day. And it makes the good times sweeter as well.
Yeah. 100%. Cannot wait for this off season. I know Louis and I have got I think it's a 8-week break, don't we, Louis? Something like that, a couple months off.
Oh, late November or whatever, December.
Yeah.
I'm off to Italy.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
and I'm off social
Beautiful.
media.
Oh yeah.
beautiful. Enjoy
Anyways.
that, bro.
Enjoy the trip.
Yeah, it's just going to be fucking fantastic.
Whatever you boys need from
Well,
the Monday Blues, you boys let us know. We're happy to help with
Appreciate it.
anything. Thank
Love
you
to
for
have you
having
on
us on.
next year, hopefully as well. And feel
Yeah,
free
we'll
to
get
jump
you
on
both
jump on one of our shows, our previews or reviews. The more the merrier.
Yeah,
Yep.
sounds good. 100%. Will do.
Done.
Cool, lads. Thanks, lads. We really appreciate your time. We've just taken up an hour and 46 minutes of your time, but we really, really do appreciate it. And honestly, from the bottom of our hearts, and you help so much with the pod, and yeah, just love doing what we're doing. Keep at it as
Thank
well
you.
for you blokes as well. Just keep grinding, keep doing what you're doing.
Appreciate it, mate.
Just being a part of the Carlton community. There's no better community out there. There's probably better teams out there, but oh well, we move.
We clear all the rest. Carlton community, daylight, all the rest.
Agreed.
For sure.
Unless you're the cheer squad, they can piss off.
Yeah.
Agreed again.
I
Agreed
fear
again.
someone would be listening in.
Oh, well, if you're listening in, then just unsubscribe or stop listening.
Love it.
Let me get my phone out. Who do you think you are? Bastard. Anyway, that'll do. Thank you both for listening. Everyone listening out there, go and enjoy your morning, night, evening, afternoon, whatever the hell you're doing, and go Blues.
Up the baggers.